Hi, I'm Gerald. I'm with the VA exercise program called GeraldFit. Today we're going to do some exercises. We're going to do some cardio and we're going to do some strengthening exercises. We're joined today by Kenny, who's one of our instructors. He's going to lead us through these exercises. So you at home, come on, get up, let's exercise, let's have some fun. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Kenny. I'm an exercise physiologist with the GeraldFit program. Thank you for joining our exercise class today. We're going to be doing a low to moderate intensity program today. So this is designed for anyone to be able to do at home. We're going to be doing a little bit of cardio, a little bit of strength, and a little bit of flexibility as well. So feel free to join us. Use your chair as you need to. If you want to follow along with me, you can, and we're going to have somebody else in the chair you can follow along with as well. If you have any questions about your health prior to starting any exercise program, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor. But like I said, this should be something that everyone should be able to do.
Nearly all older adults can safely meet the national recommendations of engaging in low to moderate intensity physical activity. Do not exercise if you have any symptoms that have not been evaluated by your healthcare provider, such as pain in your chest, abdomen or joints, unusual swelling, difficulty catching your breath, dizziness or fluttering in your chest. If you experience any of those symptoms, stop and reevaluate before continuing. If you have further questions, discuss your exercise plan with your healthcare provider.
Okay, so this first section we're going to be doing is our warm-up section. This is what is going to get the blood working to our tissues that are going to be used during this exercise. So it's going to help out our muscles and joints to help them get them warm, so we help to prevent injury. So we're going to go ahead and stand on up and get going, okay? So if you can, you'll stand up with me. If you can't stand up, you need to stay in your chair, just follow along with Jimmy here in his chair, okay? So this first thing we're going to do, so I just keep my chair here for balance if I need it, okay? First thing we're going to do is we're just going to march in place nice and easy, okay? So march in place, just like that. Nice and easy. Now let's go forward and back, nice and easy. Forward and back, nice and easy. Good. And now let's go ahead and tap your heels, nice and easy. Just like that. Good. And now we're going to step out to the side. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to do hip and torso rotations. Nice and slow, turn your hips as well as your head and shoulders. Turn each way. Good, and now let's do hip circles. So we're just making small circles with your hips, just like that, nice and slow. We're just the hips. Good, and switch directions. Good, all right, now let's do some swimming. So front stroke swimming. Bring one arm over just like that. Remember, if this bothers your shoulders, you can just stay nice and low like this with your arms. So you don't have to get up to your shoulders. Good, and switch directions. Now we're going back. Again, same thing. If that bothers your shoulders, just stay nice and low with those arms. There you go. Good. All right. And now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to do some arm circles. So bring your arms up just about your shoulder height, or you can go a little lower if that bothers your shoulders. Try to keep your head over your spine. We're just going to do small circles with your arms going forward. Let's get a little bigger. And bigger. Good, relax. All right, and let's go back up. Now we're going to switch directions. So start small, get a little bigger, and bigger. Good, and then just across your chest and back out, and switch your top arm and your bottom arm, giving yourself a hug. Good. All right, now let's go wide with your feet like this. So if you need to use your chair for this, you know, you can use your chair to help with your balance a little bit, okay? But I'm gonna keep my feet wide. I'm gonna shift my weight to one side. I'm gonna feel a stretch on my trailing leg, okay? And just hold that there. And switch. And switch. And switch. And relax. Good. Now let's go. Knee to your opposite hand. Nice and easy. Just like that. Okay? And again, if you need to use your chair to help with your balance, you can do this. Okay? Nice and easy. Good. And this next one, you're going to kick your heel towards your butt. So if you see me, I can hold my chair for my balance if I need it. And I'm just going to kick one foot back towards my butt. Just like that. Good, now let's do a chest and shoulder stretch. So arms down by your side like this. Stand up nice and tall, pull those shoulders back, and keep your head in line with your spine. So we're trying to stretch out these chest and shoulder muscles there. They get shortened and rounded like this, so we're trying to pull you tall. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Good, now let's go hands up, big inhale up. Slow exhale out. One more. And slow exhale out. Good. All right, now we'll move on to the cardio section. Okay, so now that we've done our warm-up, we're going to move on to our cardio section now. So this is the section that's going to be the most important for the health of our heart and our lungs, okay? So we're going to be moving a little bit quicker than we were in the warm-up section. So in terms of your intensity while you're doing this, think about a scale of 0 to 10. So 0 is you're sitting on the couch doing nothing at all, and 10 is the hardest you could possibly work. You want to try to find a pace for this one that feels like a 5 or a 6 for you, okay? And if you're just starting out, you can even go feel like if you want to do like a 4 or 5 for you, that's okay too, okay? So try to just follow along with us, and we're going to keep on going, okay? So this first thing we're going to do now is we're going to march in place. So remember what I said, we're going to be going a little bit quicker. So let's move my chair so you can see me. We're going a little quicker than we were in the warm-up section. And now we're going to go forward and back. 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 Now we're going to march and we're going to swing our arms a little bit higher. So keep on going, just a little bit more arm swing here. Good, now we're going to go out with our feet and back in. So ready? Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Keep going. Good, and now we're going to grab your chair. We're going to hold that here. We're going to tap your toe out to the side. So it's going to be like this. Tap a toe, come back to the middle. Same leg. Good, keep on going. Good, and now we're going to switch sides. Good, and now we're going to do a mini squat with a punch. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a little half squat, come across and punch, okay? Ready? And let's go. punch, and punch, punch, and punch, punch, and punch, punch. And now we're going to do skiers, okay? So skiers are going to look like this. You're going to go down like this, and you're going to come on up without jumping, almost like you're doing a ski jump. So ready? And let's go. Down and up, 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 down and up. All right, now we're going to clap hands in the front and clap in the back as you walk. So keep moving those feet as you move those hands. Good, and now tap your heels, so we're going quick. You might feel your heart rate going up a little bit faster. You might feel like you're getting a little bit more short of breath. That's okay, we're doing a little more work, so we're going back to the start, okay? So now we're going back to our marching in place. We're going to do this 2 more times. We're trying to do it 3 times through. Forward and back. 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 Now, go ahead and swing those arms a little bit more. Regular march. Big arm swings. Good. Keep going. Good. All right, now we're going to go out, out, in, remember? So out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Remember, if you need the chair, you can hold the chair. Out, out, in. Good. All right, and now we're going to tap our toe out to the side. So grab your chair here. We're going to go back here to the front, back of the chair, and we're going to tap our toe out. Come back in. Tap out that toe. Come on back in. Good, and switch. Good, and now we're going to do our skiers again. Actually, we're doing a mini squat and punch. So we're going to squat and punch. Squat and punch. 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 And relax. And now go back to the skiers, okay? So ready? And let's go down and up. 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 And down and relax. Good. And now clap in the front and clap in the back. Keep walking. Keep going. And now tap your heels. So this is 2 times through. Everybody feel like they're working now?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's good. And we're going to do 1 more time through, okay? So we're going to go back to marching in place. And forward and back. 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 Forward marching. Swing those arms a little bit more. Keep on moving. Good, relax. All right, now we're gonna go out, out, in, again, right? So out, out, in, 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 out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, and relax. Good. Now we're gonna tap our toes again, okay? So one foot goes out to the side and back to the middle. Keep going the same foot. Good, relax, and switch sides. Let's go. Good, and now we're gonna do our mini squat with the punch again, okay? So ready? Squat, and punch, and punch, and punch, and punch, and punch, and punch, 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 punch, and punch. Good. All right, and now we're gonna go back to skiers. Ready? So ready? Go down and up, 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 and relax. Good. And now clap in place, front and back. Keep on going. Keep moving those feet too. Good, relax. And now we're going to tap our heels one more time. Let's go. Keep going. Moving quick. Good. All right, so that completes our cardio portion of this exercise. So now we're going to go on to the strength portion, which I'll talk about next. Okay, so this last section that we're going to do is our strength portion of our workout. This is the most important part, for strengthening our muscles and our joints and help keeping our joints healthy as we get older. So what we're going to be doing is a few different exercises that work on whole body strength, okay? So in terms of intensity for this exercise, remember when I said you're going to do about a 5 or a 6 for your cardio portion? This time we're not doing it for quite as long. So in terms of difficulty on a scale of 0 to 10, you want to be at about a 7 to an 8 difficulty for how hard the activity is for you. If that's too easy, you may want to find a harder resistance or a little bit harder way of doing it, okay? So as we do this, the most important thing to know, if anything bothers you, you can skip that exercise and just join us for the next one, and just do it to the best of your ability, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. And this first exercise we're going to do, first of all, if you're going to do this, the equipment that you need, you may need a resistance band like this, which you can get on any sporting goods store or even online somewhere. So let's go ahead and get started. You can follow along with Daisy if you don't have a band. She's going to be doing the exercises without a band. And I'll also have Jimmy here doing a couple of modifications, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So let's just start now. We're going to start with what's called a banded pull-apart exercise. So you're going to grab a band like this, and as you grab it, make sure you're getting tension to the band where your hands are about shoulder width apart. So this is going to work your big upper back muscles being your rhomboid muscles and as well as your rear deltoid muscles in the back of your shoulders. So this is a really good postural exercise for you. So it's going to pull you tall. So what you're going to do, so you should be feeling this only really in the back. If you're feeling it in the front, you want to reassess where you're at. So we're going to hold our hands out in front like this, and let's just pull it apart. You're going to breathe out as you pull it apart. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, the next one we're going to do is what I call banded tricep extension. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one hand, you're going to pull it back like you're doing a bow and arrow with a band. You're going to push the other arm out like this. And what we're just going to do is we're going to extend this arm out just like that. This is going to work your tricep muscles in the back of your arms, okay? So if you don't feel it there, try to pull it back, reassess where you're at. The most important thing is trying to feel it in those muscles when you're doing this. And you're doing it without pain. So, ready? And let's go. 1, 2, remember to exhale as you're pushing out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now let's switch sides. So pull that arm back and then keep that in place. Ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Relax. All right, the next thing we're going to do is what I call a seated abdominal march. So you can drop your band to the floor for this one. So this one is going to be working your abdominal muscles right through here as well as your obliques. So you're going to sit up as tall as you can. So sit in the middle of the chair. You don't want to be sitting slouched back like this. So sit up as tall as you can, like this, hands out in front of you. You want to keep your head over your shoulders in a good posture. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift. So just watch me first for a second. But we're going to lift one foot like this. You're going to give a big exhale. And once all of that air is out, you're going to let that foot down and we'll switch. Okay, we're going to do 10 on each side. Ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 2, big exhales. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Another good way to think about that one is if you're squeezing your belly like you're gonna get hit in the belly. So that should help you out. So the next one we're gonna do, it's called a chair stand exercise. So this one, if you're sitting at home, you can go ahead and put your chair against the wall. It's going to help you out. For this purpose, if you're someone that can't get out of the chair, what you can do, if you have a tough time doing a chair stand on your own, so a chair stand is going to look like this. Straight up and straight down. So you're sitting in the middle of the chair, you're leaning forward, and you're standing tall, like that. If you can't get out of the chair like that, what you can do is you can grab a cushion at home and increase your height a little bit, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and just stand tall. It should make it a little bit easier for you. And if you can't, if you don't have a cushion or something like that, what you can do is you can take your chair like this, and you can just hold onto the chair and use your chair to kind of sit back into that. So just imagine you have a chair behind you, and you're sitting back into a chair. So Jim is going to demonstrate that one for us here when we do that, okay? So, just for today, on these, because these are a little bit tougher, we're going to start with 5. But as you get better at them, you can progress to 10 of them, okay? So, if we're ready, let's go ahead and make sure we're sitting in the middle of the chair. Our feet are about hip to shoulder width apart. Arms are across your chest, standing nice and tall. And let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's going to work your big muscles in your legs, being your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your glute muscles. The next thing we're going to do is what I call a seated row. This one, you're going to take your band like this, you're going to put it in front of your shoe, over the middle of your shoe like this. It just has to be over 1 foot. You're going to grab far enough on the band where you feel a little bit of resistance. And what you're trying to do, so this is going to work your mid-back muscles, being your rhomboids, your lat muscles here on your side, as well as your biceps a little bit. So what you're going to do, if you look at you here from the side, you're trying to keep your back in one straight line. So my head is just looking out in front of me just a few feet, but it stays in line with my spine. So I'm not rounding my shoulders, not forward my neck. I'm staying back like this. I'm just pulling my elbows just past my ribs like that, and I'm holding there, and I'm slowly letting it down. I breathe out as I go up. Just like that, okay? So let's go ahead and get in position, and we'll do 10 of those, all right? Ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, the next one we're going to do is what I call a banded abduction. So this is going to work your outer hip muscles. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the band. It's going to go under both feet like this. So get your feet about shoulder width apart. And you'll cross the band over if you can. So you make an X like this, and you pull the handles up to where your hips are, okay? So sit up nice and tall. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart to start, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do one side first. So we're gonna step out to the side with our right foot, okay? So it's gonna look like this. So you're gonna step out to the side, come back to the middle, okay? And then we'll switch after 10 of them. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And now let's switch sides, okay? Left side here. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, the next one we're going to do is what I call a banded chest press. So this time, you're going to take your band, just going to go behind, right under your shoulders like this. You're going to feel enough tension of it because we're going to be pressing it out like that. So if you are on the handles and it feels kind of floppy like that, you might not have enough tension. So you want to push out, pull out enough tension where you feel, you're going to have to push through it a little bit. So stay nice and tall like this. What I want you to do is just keep it under your shoulder blades like that. And let's go ahead and breathe out as we push out. This is going to work your chest muscles and your tricep muscles. Ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. The next one we're going to do, you can put your hand on the floor. This next one we're going to do is called a shoulder external rotation. So this is going to work some of the muscles in the back of your shoulder and your upper back. It's a really good postural exercise for pulling you tall. So what you're going to be doing, now everyone has a different ability to do this exercise. So some people can come up and they can come up all the way up to here without any problems. If it bothers you here, or you either feel like that starts to bother you or you can't get all the way up, just go to where you feel comfortable. And over time, if you do this more, it should help a little bit. So sit up nice and tall like this, almost like you're up like a scarecrow. And try to keep your hands even with the rest of your arm, okay? So you're not flapping your hands like this. So point your fingers forward, okay? And we're just gonna rotate our shoulders as you go up like that and slowly control it back. And focus on just using the back of the shoulders to move your arms. All right, ready? So let's go 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. And now for for these last couple, what we're going to do is we're going to stand up behind our chair for these ones, okay? So as you can, go ahead and stand up behind your chair. This first one we're going to do is what I call a standing hip extension exercise. So you're going to hold on to the chair like this. You're going to squeeze your belly muscles like this. This is going to work the muscles in your back and legs, being your hamstrings and your glute muscles. So squeeze your belly like that. What you're going to do, hold on to the chair. You're going to kick one leg back as you squeeze the muscles in the back of your leg. So squeeze your hamstring and glute muscles, you kick back just like that, okay? And brace your belly so you're not arching through your back as you do this, okay? So I don't want to see anything like that. So keep your back straight like this as you go back. Ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Make sure you're going straight back. 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. All right, last one we're going to do, go ahead and grab your band again. We're going to do what I call a standing bicep curl. So for this one, you're going to take your band and you're going to put it under one shoe like this. Make sure it goes under the middle of your shoe so it doesn't slide on out. You're going to stand up nice and tall. So we're not leaning back, we're not leaning forward. Your head and shoulders are nice and tall. And your hands are going to face towards the ceiling like this, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to curl your arms up towards your shoulders as you breathe out, and you're going to slowly bring it down, okay? So let's go ahead and do 10 just like this. Ready? Let's go up. 1, 2, breathe out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, so that's the last portion of our strength workout. So join us now for the last part, which will be just our cool down. But we're just going to go ahead and just cool down a little bit. So let's just walk nice and slow, tap your heels nice and slow. So this should be slower than what we've been doing, trying to get your heart rate back down to a level, get your breathing down a little bit back to where you were before you started. Nice and easy. Good. And now let's do a shoulder stretch across your body. So pull your thumb towards, point your thumb towards the floor, and grab your elbow with your other hand. Just feel this in the back of the shoulder. Remember, breathe in through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. And switch. Good, relax. All right, and now you can hold on to your chair. If you need to sit for this one, you can. We're just going to do a hamstring stretch. So keep one leg bent and your other leg, just kind of straight. And we're just going to bend and stretch our hamstrings there like this, okay? So keep your back straight so we're not rounding like a turtle like this, but we're just pushing our hips back towards the wall behind us, and we're just reaching for those toes. Just feel a stretch in the back of this leg. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, relax. And now let's turn that whole hip in and out, in and out. In and out, in and out. And let's switch, okay? So bring your chair around the other side. Need it. Straighten this leg here. And then we're just going to go ahead and bend at the hips. Keep that leg straight. Feel that stretch in the back of your leg. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. now let's turn that whole hip in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Good. Now let's do chest and shoulder stretch here. So arms down by your side. Pull those shoulders back. Head nice and tall. Try to tuck your chin. Pull that head back in line with your spine. Breathe in through your nose. Slowly let it out through your mouth. Let's take your hands, go up with your hands, take an inhale up, slowly let that air out. And one more. Good. Thank you again for joining us today. If you'd like more information about the GeroFit program, just see our email here as well as our phone number if you have any questions. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it.